Big on the royal front in 2019 will be the arrival of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's baby. Our little bump, as Harry has dubbed his firstborn, will be putting in an appearance in the spring, and is believed to be due in April. 7th in line to the throne, and the Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh's 8th great-grandchild, baby Sussex, is joining a large brood of next-generation royals including his or her cousins Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. Royal fans will be hoping Harry and Meghan introduce their baby to the world in a debut photo call. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge did so with all three of their children on the steps of the private maternity ward the Lindo Wing in West London. It is not yet known whether Meghan will follow in Kate's footsteps and opt for the Lindo, where Harry was also born in 1984, or whether she will perhaps choose a home birth, or a hospital near their future home Frogmore Cottage. The pair will be moving into their new secluded official residence on the Windsor estate early in the year. Harry and Meghan may head off for a baby moon, a last holiday before their child is born, while the Duchess's friends are likely to arrange a baby shower for her ahead of the big day. Favorite names among the bookmakers are Diana, after the Duke's late mother, Victoria and Elizabeth for a girl, and James, Albert, Philip and Arthur for a boy. American former actress Meghan will also complete her first year as a royal as she and Harry celebrate their first wedding anniversary on May 19. Princess Charlotte has a big milestone ahead as she turns 4 in May and starts school in September, when she will most likely join older brother Prince George at private school Thomas's Battersea. George will be celebrating his 6th birthday in July, while the youngest Cambridge sibling, Prince Louis, turns 1 in April. Another royal wedding is taking place in 2019 but on a smaller scale. Lady Gabriella Windsor, the daughter of Prince and Princess Michael of Kent, is expected to wed fiancé Tom Kingston in the spring. Notable milestones also include the 20th anniversary of Operation Ritz, the first public photograph of Charles and his long-term love Camilla Parker Bowles as a couple, outside the Ritz Hotel in London. Charles and Camilla, now the Duchess of Cornwall, went on to marry in 2005, but, following the death of Charles's ex-wife Diana, Princess of Wales, in 1997, Camilla had stayed mostly out of the limelight. On January 28, 1999, the future king and his former mistress finally stepped out together as a couple as they left Mrs. Parker Bowles's sister's 50th birthday party. Some 200 photographers were ready for the brief but significant appearance, which was masterminded by Charles's spin doctor, Mark Bolland. Major commemorations over the next 12 months include the 70th anniversary of the modern Commonwealth. In 1949, 8 countries, Australia, Britain, Ceylon, now Sri Lanka, India, New Zealand, Pakistan, South Africa and Canada, signed the Declaration of London after a 6-day conference. It stated that King George VI would be recognised as the symbol of the Commonwealth Association, meaning India could remove George VI as head of state but recognise him as head of the Commonwealth. The declaration also emphasised the freedom and equality of its members, and the prefix British was dropped from the title. With the Queen the head of the Commonwealth, the Prince of Wales its future head, and Harry and Meghan taking a lead on Commonwealth youth matters, the royals will be expected to mark the 70th anniversary. 2019 also sees the 200th anniversary of the birth of Queen Victoria in May, and the occasion is being recognised with a new exhibition at Kensington Palace where she was born. It is also the 20th anniversary of devolution in Scotland and the 75th anniversary of the D-Day landings. The homelessness charity Centrepoint will be marking its 50th anniversary in 2019, and the Duke of Cambridge is certain to be involved. Centrepoint was the first organisation William took on as patron, and it was a favourite cause of Diana, who took her sons on private visits to shelters when they were young. Combat Stress, the mental health charity for military veterans of which Charles is patron, will be marking its centenary, while Cruise Bereavement Care, which helps people deal with the death of a loved one and of which the Queen is patron, reaches its 60th anniversary. On a personal note, the Earl and Countess of Wessex will be celebrating their 20th wedding anniversary in June. The Queen's youngest son, Edward, married Sophie Rhys-Jones in St. George's Chapel, Windsor Castle, in 1999, and he is the only one of the Queen's children not to have got divorced. A man who claims to be a psychic astrologer has given his predictions for 2019. Nicholas Aguila, 33, claims his dreams have led him to predict outcomes of major events and he once lived as an Egyptian queen in a past life. He says Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's baby, due this spring, will be a girl. He claims Taylor Swift is going to announce her engagement, Nicole Kidman will fall pregnant and Madonna will face criticism for doing charity work. Nicholas previously told The Mirror that he discovered his various reincarnations at age 17 after falling into a trance which stimulated past life recall. "I've been an embalmer of dead bodies in a closet, a transgender soldier in Saxon, England. I've lived animal lives of a deer, lion, falcon to name a few, an anti-establishment French school teacher, a sailor that traveled the 7 seas and a Middle Eastern nomad in the desert. I've been an African witch doctor, an Ottoman spy sent to gather information, a persecuted pagan, a tribesman that died through substance overdose and gray-skinned being, alien, on another planet." He now believes he can see into the future. He said, "The most significant thing I predicted to date is the Syrian conflict. Around 3 years before it all happened, I had a dream that I was there. I know it was Syria because I saw the country name, but I didn't know what was going on. I felt a sense of unease, like trouble was looming, and breathlessness, like I needed to run." Nicholas is based between London and Los Angeles and works as a street hypnotist, past life regressionist, and astrologer. Whether it's to live a healthier lifestyle, learn a new skill or ditch our bad habits, lots of us will be making New Year's resolutions tomorrow. Although these promises are easy to make to ourselves, sticking to our guns is difficult, which is why some of us end up making the same resolutions year after year. Meghan Markle was no exception, as she wrote on The Tick in January 2016 about how she had been vowing to make the same changes every year to no avail, but then suddenly changed tack. "Run a marathon. Stop biting my nails. Stop swearing. Relearn French. These make my New Year's resolution list nearly, aka actually every, single year," the then 34-year-old wrote. The marathon hasn't happened. The swearing comes in lulls triggered by being overworked or feeling mighty cheeky after a couple drinks, she added. Then there's the French, a language I studied through high school and then lost as I immersed myself in speaking Spanish with the Argentinians during my stint in Buenos Aires. I have put my little Rosetta Stone headset in my eager ears every year, resolving to do interviews en français, but much to my chagrin, it hasn't stuck. And when it comes to the biting of the nails, well, it still happens with a turbulent flight or a stressful day. It's unladylike. But then again, so is the swearing. Damn it. So she decided to change her approach. This year, I resolve not to have a resolution. For this new year, the only thing I aim to do is to approach life playfully. To laugh and enjoy, to keep my standards high but my level of self-acceptance higher. My New Year's resolution is to leave room for magic. To make my plans, and be okay if they sometimes break. To set my goals, but to be open to change. It was midway through 2016 when Meghan was introduced to Prince Harry on a blind date set up by a mutual friend. Meeting a total stranger definitely shows an openness to change, and although we don't know for certain how the couple feel about their relationship, many would say that their royal romance seems pretty magical, so perhaps Meghan succeeded with that resolution. 2019 will be a big year for the Duchess, who is expecting her first child in the spring, is set to move to Frogmore Cottage in Windsor, and is yet to receive her royal patronages. The new generation of royals has been criticized for performing far fewer public engagements in 2018 than their elderly relatives. Second in line to the throne, Prince William, 36, carried out less than half of the workload taken on by his 70-year-old dad, the Prince of Wales. Anti-monarchy group Republic said, "How can the monarchy survive when the younger generation can't be bothered to do even the light workload of their parents? It's not work as the rest of us know it. Their hours include watching sports matches and theater." But the real question these figures raise is, does William want to be king? Or is he just doing the bare minimum to keep his family happy in the hope he can have his cake and eat it? Will's total of 220 engagements in the UK and abroad, counted by amateur royal watcher Tim O'Donovan, was beaten by 7 older family members including the Queen, aged 92. But the Duke of Cambridge was also busy being a dad. And his wife Kate only returned to royal duties in early October, after maternity leave for her third child Prince Louis, born on April 23. Prince Harry attended even fewer events than Will's with a total of 193, including 85 overseas, while his wife the Duchess of Sussex carried out 96, 51 of which were abroad. But they were busy getting married and starting a family. Princess Anne, 68, was the busiest royal for the second year running. Buckingham Palace made no comment on the workload,